I'm sorry my records are just like awkwardly on my couch, but I need to hang them up. It's really messy in my room right now. It's horrible, but I am going to film a video for you guys today. So actually I'm filming a lot of videos today, but this is going to be my, I'll try to make the intro fast. This is going to be my chit chat number one. So basically, I know my channel is mostly beauty and fashion, but I also really want to make it, well, I mean, it kind of is just whatever I feel like putting up. I'm going to do like lifestyle videos as well, just kind of to talk to you guys like on a deeper level and just get to know me a little bit better, as well as me get to know you guys better. So today I'm going to be talking about a movie that I recently watched, and it actually has to do with fashion. So not all my chit chats are going to be about like fashion and beauty. This one coincidentally is, but I thought it was something really important that I wanted to discuss with you guys. And this movie came out in May 2015, and I haven't really heard that many YouTubers talk about it, which is kind of surprising to me. I've heard a couple, which is great, but it's called The True Cost. You might have already seen it, but I thought I would talk about it because it does have to do with fashion, and fashion is a huge like part of my life, and I'm really passionate about it. But at the same time, obviously, like, okay, well, I'll discuss the movie first. So basically, I'll have a link down to the movie below. It's on Netflix now. It used to cost money to watch it, but it's on Netflix now, so you can go watch it. I'll link it down below, and I'll link like truecostthemovie.com and everything down below, so that you guys maybe can get involved in ways to help, which I myself have done. But basically, so the movie is about fashion and how it impacts our environment, our planet, and also the people like humans in general, and all that kind of stuff. And so, of course, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a naive person or ignorant, but I honestly never took the time to look into where my clothes was made from, or, you know, anything like that that's kind of going on. I do like getting in, like, knowing about things that I watch the news with my parents, and I discuss stuff with my friends and my parents all the time about our world and just many different things in our world, because I think it's really interesting, and I love sharing my opinion and hearing other people's opinions. But for some reason, for this subject, I never really looked into where my clothes is made from, and like where, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, because if you think about it, you just don't really think about that on an everyday basis. Now I think about it every day, like multiple times a day. But, so basically the movie is about that, and how it's impacting our environment. I'll discuss it a little bit because this is a whole video that I'm making about this subject. But if you want to watch the whole movie, I would definitely suggest doing that. I'll link even more movies. There's a lot more movies about this kind of subject down below, so I'll link all of them that I know down below. And if you guys have any that you want to recommend to me, definitely leave them in the comments, because I would love to watch more movies about it. But first off, I know there's a lot more subjects I could discuss with you guys about things that are going on in the world, but since I do have a beauty and fashion channel that I'm very committed, like that I'm very passionate about, that's why I'm kind of, you know, more into this subject, because for me it's really important that I want to, you know, make fashion videos and beauty videos, but if it's causing things like this, I want to make sure we're all aware of what's going on, because I think that's very important. So basically it talks about how the workers in places like Bangladesh and Asia and places that our clothes are mostly made, how they are treated, and how like their wages and all that kind of stuff. And it's honestly, to me, it's horrible to hear about that kind of stuff. And like I said, I never really looked into where like my clothes was made from, and it was like horrifying for me to find this out. And I might sound really stupid because I feel like a lot of people know that this is going on. I myself didn't know like what degree this was going on to. So this movie was very informative. Yeah, so. But basically it just talks about that and how the workers are treated horribly, and they don't even have normal rights, and their wages are like $3 a day, which is insane to me. And just kind of stuff like that, how they work in unsafe environments. And so there's that part of it, which is like the humane part, and how it's this, you know, fast fashion world we live in is affecting them. The fact that people are being treated horribly for our clothes to be made is just not okay for me, and I want to be able to enjoy fashion, but not if it's hurting other people. I don't think that's okay ever. So I think even just being aware of what's going on and knowing what's going on and maybe trying to help a little bit every day is better than, you know, completely ignoring it, because these problems are not going to go away. They're just going to get worse with time if we don't do something about it. Environmental part, which is how the material that our clothes is made of basically can't really be broken down as easily as other things that we use on an everyday basis. So when people throw away their clothes like in the trash and it isn't donated or reused in any way, it just goes, obviously it has to go somewhere. It's not like it just disappears in the air. So it's obviously, you know, collected in one place. So in places like Bangladesh and those places where those clothes are made, and other places where our clothes that we throw away is taken, there's just huge piles of clothes building up that can't be broken down, and it takes, in the movie it says it takes over 200 years for cotton and those kind of materials to be broken down. So it's also, sorry, I have a ton of facts, but you guys can watch the movie and it'll like explain it better than I can. But it just says how fashion, like a fashion industry is in number 2 next to oil in polluting our world, which is crazy. I did not know that. But yeah, so there's that part, and obviously if we don't do something about that, it's just gonna get worse with time. Like the more clothes we pile on to those piles that are already huge, it's just gonna make it worse. Like it's not gonna disappear if we just ignore it. So yeah, and then there's also all the way that the clothes is made, just like food. They use a lot of pesticides to grow the cotton quicker, because they obviously want to make more cotton so they can make clothes faster. And those pesticides, we wear those on our bodies, which is so scary to me. These pesticides we're putting on our body, and they're being spread around into the world, and the places where they're made, those pesticides are in the air, and all these people are breathing it in, which is horrible. And all these sicknesses and diseases and all this stuff is, these people get them a lot easier than they would if they weren't using pesticides. So there's that whole point of it too. And that is really bad for our environment, for that to be in the air, and for us to be wearing that and just spreading it around is horrible. And if we didn't have, obviously us as consumers in the stores have a huge impact on it, because this fast fashion that's going on, we literally have like a new trend every week now, instead of having like seasonal trends, which they also talk about in the movie, which is crazy. And it's, we buy so much clothes, instead of having like pieces of clothing that we use for a long time, we buy really, so I took off my jacket because I was really hot, but my camera died too, so I've been like paused for a while. But I was talking about how we buy a lot of clothes that's very fast fashion, instead of buying like more nicer quality things that maybe last us a little bit longer, because there are a lot of trends going on, like I said. So we want to buy things that are cheaper and trendy, because obviously those trends are going to go out of style and new ones are going to come. So there's no point in buying trends that are super, like buying things that are really expensive, unless obviously you have the money for it. If you're only gonna wear it for like, I don't even know, like a month or something, and then it's out of style. So as consumers, we definitely can help by, you know, going to the thrift store, going to different like vintage things and buying things that are already used and have been like reused. Sure, you can find, I've been doing this a lot more, and also giving away your clothes and donating it instead of throwing it in the trash. I definitely have, I don't do this very much at all, but I have a couple times thrown away something in the trash that I felt like maybe I couldn't donate at all because it was just really worn out. But you can always use those materials of the clothing for different things, like new clothes or whatever. So it's always so much better to donate your clothes than to just throw in the trash, because again, it's going to be in that pile of clothes that is just going to pile up. But also, this video is very long, but I want to discuss everything with you guys. But I wanted to share some stories with you guys that I have found out, kind of researched some stores that have kind of been changing because of this movie, or they've been adapting kind of to like make it more, their stores more environmental or more cautious of where their clothes are coming from or being made, or just making sure that they have good working conditions and know that it's like at least like to the law, like safe for those workers, and stuff like that. So many, I'm sure there's so many, if you just look up thrift stores or vintage thrift stores or markets and stuff that are going on in your area, I'm sure you can find so many, and those are so fun to go to with your friends and stuff, because again, you're saving money, so much more money than buying new things, and you can find some things that are really unique and that other people don't have, and you can definitely find trends at those places. Like I found a lot of trendy items at thrift places, so I think it's definitely an but some of the stores that I shop at continuously, that I've been shopping at before and that have actually been more environmentally cautious are stores like Asos and H&M. So Asos I shop at a ton. This top is from Asos. I love Asos, and they do have factories in places like that, but they do make sure, at least for my research, if I'm wrong about any of this, guys, I'm not like an expert. Comment down below, because I'm just trying to like share this with you guys to give you some like tips and stuff, but if I'm wrong, definitely tell me down below, because I don't want to be saying things that are wrong. And definitely don't, you know, completely trust the information I'm giving you, because I'm not like an expert at all in this. But Asos, they have been said that they're environmentally cautious. They actually have a all like green line of clothes on their website and stuff that you can check out. I'll have it linked down below. I'll have all these stores linked down below. So they've been doing that, and they also make sure that their clothes, that their workers and factories are being taken care of to a like humane level and not being treated poorly. H&M also has a green line, kind of like a cautious line or conscience or something like that line. Also on their website and in stores, that's also all green and all that kind of stuff, so that's great as well. So they also have been trying. I know H&M has gotten a lot of crap basically for how their factories are and stuff, but they have been working on it, they say, at least. So yeah. Okay, so some stores that you guys, I think you probably heard of the store. It's called Reformation, or the reformation.com, and it's very like in right now. A lot of people have been shopping like hauls and stuff. I'm seeing a lot of people buying clothes from there, and they have a ton of cute clothes. Like, I love it. Very environmentally cautious. They're like to another extreme level. This is probably one of my favorite stores because they have so much cute clothes, but at the same time they have their whole office is like all green, like go green, like all that kind of stuff, environmentally cautious, and they use reused materials from like vintage clothing and just things they find, and they make their clothes from that material. Or they have been using new kind of materials, like I think it's tinsel, and materials like that can be broken down easier by the earth and that are not as bad for, like, they don't pollute as much basically. So that's really great, and they have so much cute clothes and very trendy pieces, and they're somewhat, I would say, like medium affordable, because some things are more expensive, but they do have a sale going on right now if it's still on. It's been on for like a week now, so it might still be there, but you guys should definitely check that out. But yeah, they make a lot of really cute clothes and stuff like that, so I would definitely check that out. Another store is everlane.com. These are just stores that are on the truecostmovie.com, like stores that are very environmentally cautious, like all organic, like that kind of stuff. Fashion Project, which is a vintage like online thrift store. I looked on there and I found so many cute things. They don't ship to internationally, so if you live in the US, you can shop there. Zadie.com, I'll have all these linked down below. And then Wasteland, which is one of my favorite vintage thrift stores in LA. They used to have an online store, but they don't even anymore. But if you live in the LA area, Wasteland has so many cute things, and they're affordable. And it's, again, you're helping by going to even just vintage thrift stores that might still be a little bit more expensive than like Goodwill and those kind of local ones. You're still helping the environment by buying reused items instead of buying new items all the time. So those are those stores. If you guys have any stores down below that you guys know of that are also kind of like this, definitely leave them in the comments. And I want you guys to be, I really want to discuss things from these videos, like the chit chat videos. I want it to be like a discussion between everyone and just like open. You can say whatever you want. Like, I really want to hear your guys' opinions on this subject, and anything that you have to say that's of course nice, not like, you don't need to, good vibes on the channel. You can leave those in the comments down below. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just thought I really wanted to share this because it's something that was very important to me, and I just thought I wanted to make you guys aware of if you weren't already, because I know I wasn't completely aware of it, which I'm very glad that I am now. But now that I am aware, I wanted to do something. And on the truecostmovie.com, you can also go and basically sign petitions. It doesn't cost any money. Literally all you have to do is just put in your email and you sign petitions to help, like, basically saying that the workers in like Bangladesh and those places are getting better wages and treatment and all that stuff, which is great. So you can help in so many ways where it doesn't cost money. You can also donate if you want to. I'm not like sponsored by any of this. This is all my own opinions. This video is so long probably though, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to hear all your guys' opinions down below. And for my next chit chat, if you guys have any kind of chit chat, like anything you guys want me to talk about with you guys, any questions you have about anything, leave them down below, and ideas for more chit chat, kind of like lifestyle videos. I was thinking of doing for my next chit chat kind of like just like talking about college and moving and, you know, transitioning from high school and college to college, like that huge part of your life, and just kind of like stuff like that. So if you guys have any questions that you want to leave down below that I could kind of like do a Q&A kind of part in my next chit chat video, leave those down below and I will definitely include them. But that's pretty much it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's probably so long, I'm sorry guys, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it and I can't wait to hear your opinions about everything. But I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!